Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Rob, the admin for the Build Your Instagram for Leads and Sales, and I am here tonight. Usually I like to talk about specific topics, or usually I have something on my mind that I want to talk about, but tonight I'm just going to keep it kind of loose. I'm going to talk, it's actually going to be more about just a Q&A. And can you all see the title? Okay, anyway. So, if you are watching me tonight, if you have any questions you want to ask me about how to build up your Instagram and, totally kill it on your Instagram and get more customers, likes, and leads, I am here. So, with that said, I just want to make sure everything's working. This is kind of weird. Anyway, alright, so it's a Q&A. So what I'll do is, while we are on, I'll go ahead and kind of go into the group. I know some people had posted some concerns and questions, so we're going to go right into some of the things they wanted to know about. And let's see here. Okay. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about consistency. Here we go. Okay, here's the thread. Okay, so I got a question here. It says, Faith, how to connect and work with other influencers to grow your network? Okay, that is a great question. Okay, so how do you do that? Well, it's actually the most simplest thing you could possibly ever do. So in my course that I teach, I talk about what in one of my modules is called the human factor. And believe it or not, behind every Instagram account is a human. Right? Some guy or girl who's kind of sits in their living room or in bed and posts their daily life, or runs their feature page, whatever it may be. And they are just there putting stuff out there in the world, most likely value, because that's what brings followers in, is value. And so the question is, well, how do you connect with those people? So the easiest thing to do is, first of all, you follow them, right? Follow them. And then you start liking and commenting on their stuff. And I would suggest you find a niche account that is just something that is really up your alley. Say, for instance, if you're into food prep, you could go on to if you want to connect with a admin who is, of a very big food prep page, I would suggest following them, liking a bunch of the pictures, and if you love food prep, you'll have an idea as to what you're talking about. So you could go on the pictures and add advice or ask questions, and sound kind of smart, not just the normal, comments that I see a lot where it's like, sweet pic, oh, thanks, not sure if that really helps me, but, and then you go into their direct messenger, which is a feature on Instagram. It's very similar to Facebook Messenger, and it's actually, technically, it's called Instagram Direct, and you just click on what it is you go on the person's profile, and then you just DM them, click the little three buttons there, send message, you write them, hi, how you doing? My name is Robert Fenton, and I am the admin of an account called The Food Prep Life. Or I am the admin of an account called, Robert Fenton. I like to promote stuff, whatever. I just wanted to connect with you and see if there's anything, like for instance, some people might ask them for a shout out. You say, hey, I was wondering if maybe you wouldn't mind shouting out my account to all your thousands and thousands of followers so I can get more followers. Alright, it's a very standard practice. So that answer can go three ways. The first answer can be no. Get on my site, which has happened to me. They weren't rude about it, but they just basically didn't do it. And that can happen. The second answer was yes, I'll do it for a fee. And so people charge for shout outs, which is something I think I'm going to start doing on Food Prep Life. Actually, I do charge for advertising, by the way. So usually I'll charge for like 24 hours for somebody to advertise. I got like 66,000 followers now, so quite a few people see it. At least 10% of people see it, they gain a few customers, right? And I don't charge a lot, usually $1 a follower. And then the third answer is yes, I'll just do it just because, right? Because the hope is that as you consistently grow your account over a period of time, then you would reciprocate and you would shout them out to all of your followers that you earn through funneling through all the different accounts that you reach out to. So, in the case of the Food Prep Life, I have about 15 different accounts that I am kind of connected with like that. I've established connections with the admins of those accounts, and I feature their stuff, and it's pretty cool. And we help each other out a lot. So it's actually very good to connect with the admins of those accounts through the direct messenger, through liking and commenting their stuff. And like I said, reach out to an account that is similar to your niche, so you sound kind of educated. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So that was a great question from Faith. I hope I get your name right. Dobler? Anyway, Sherilyn Fields, she asks, Instagram new rules. I think that's why my followers have not reposted. Shadow banning and organic posting. Also, is it true that people want stories from people who post versus promotional posts, business promotions? And when did this survey happen? Well, I don't know of any survey. But what I do know is that Instagram, not too long ago, rolled out some pretty tough rules. And along with that, caused services such as Instagram to shut down. So a lot of people, and I'll admit I had Instagram for a while too with the Food Prep Life. A lot of people got upset because they could no longer automate the engagement. Now, automation is good and bad. When I used to teach automation in Instagram, I used to teach as if you would never comment, use the auto commenter, because that's bad. Like, people would get on there, maybe a picture of your dying cat, and they'd be like, sweet pic. It's like, dude, turn off your automator, man. It ain't working. But where was I going? Since that went away, I've seen people kind of go this way or this way, okay? And if you pay attention to there's a lot of other Instagram groups similar to mine. I'm not going to say it because I don't want you to leave me. I want you to stay here with me. But there's a lot of talk on other forums and stuff where like people are just like, well, I quit. I quit because I no longer have Instagram to help me out, and I no longer have the automators. So, and then you get the other kind of people who are like, oh, I'm never gonna quit, and that was actually me. I wrote that. I'm never gonna quit. So, haha, that's what's up. But shadow banning is when Instagram kind of senses that you are doing something wonky and spammy with your account. So, like for instance, if you want a liking and commenting spree, following spree, if you are just shotgun DMing people for hours on end, if your hashtags look wonky, if you're doing anything that looks similar to spam, Instagram's going to shut you down to the point where your account's still active, but the hashtags will not reach the people who do not follow you. So let's say if you have 1,000 followers, those 1,000 followers are the only ones that are going to see your new content. And that causes your engagement to go way down, right? So now it's just like, well, what's the point of posting anymore when new people can't see my stuff? Well, how do you get rid of it? Easy enough. It happened to me actually. My personal account at Robert Fitton was shadow banned for about a week. So what I did was I just normalized my posting. I just went for a week and just kind of posted at a normal pace with good hashtags. I think I replaced a few of the hashtags. I'm not even sure which ones were broken. I just replaced a few just to see if it would work. And I slowed down my engagement so it seemed more natural versus spammy. Instead of following 100 people at a time, I backed it off to 50. And then, when I go on those accounts, I actually liked and commented and said real comments versus just liking. So I worked on my organic engagement a lot. And after about a week, my account, the shadow ban became unlifted, and I was back in business. So, shadow banning, I think they're just trying to, I'm not actually sure, because Instagram is really weird with their customer service, and when they talk to their customers, they're kind of ambiguous. So they're just kind of like, well, it might have something to do with the algorithm and the hashtags, and I think we'll look into it. But Well, what we'll do is you got to go ahead and create natural engagement. That was kind of their answer. And that, I think, put off a lot of account holders. But, Instagram is still a very viable source of social media exposure. A lot of celebrities and a lot of, millions and millions of people still use it. A lot of business owners still use it. A lot of network marketers still use it. Tons of people still use it. So it's not like it's going to go away. It's just Instagram made it more organic. A lot of people were asking for organic followers anyway. They were just like, well, I want to make my following more organic. Well, now's your chance. Instead of paying Instagram to do it, now you do it. And that's really the difference. So it's really not that hard either. I do it every morning. It takes me about 15 minutes to find, let's say, 10 new people and reach out to them, say hi. Like and comment their stuff, and then get into their DMs and say, hey, I'm here to give you some tips, right? And some of you might know that because I did it to you. So there you go. Also, is it true that people want stories from people who post versus promotional posts? Yeah. They want to see you as a human. They don't want to see you as a promotional machine that all you do is put your product out there. Most of y'all are Beachbody coaches on my page, and most of y'all are holding that cup up with the Shakeology and kissing it or selfie with it or whatever. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a huge Beachbody fan. I've been a customer for years, and I was a coach for years myself, and then I was a customer since then. I love the products, and I drink my shake, but the picture with the shake, every single picture of you with your shake isn't going to work. You got to stop that. People will see right past that, okay? And if all you do is push your challenge out there, hey, join my challenge. Ain't nobody going to join your challenge because they don't know who you are. So if you don't brand yourself properly, no one's going to connect with you. So that is the short answer to a short question. So hopefully you're watching this at some point, Sharon. So Kathy Saban, getting more followers in post engagement. Okay, so this is really easy, okay? So basic thing you could possibly do to get more engagement and more followers is to show up every day. And I know all y'all are not consistent. I know this for a fact because I talked to y'all on the side. And, well, I fell off. How could you fall off? You're building a business. You're building a business on Instagram. You can't fall off. You got to stay on every single day. You got to commit. That if you want them to show up, you have to show up. That's just the way it goes, Let's say you own a hardware store, and you claim that I'm there my store is open 7 days a week, right? That's what you put out there. That's what you're saying, and then customers show up on Sunday and you ain't open. You ain't there. Well, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna stop coming back to your hardware store because you said you'd be there 7 days a week, and you were not. So you lowered their expectations of you. Therefore, they'll take their business elsewhere. Well, think of your Instagram account just like that. Okay? And my little phone here. Hold on a second. Okay, are we back yet? Alright, cool. So getting more followers. Okay, so the way I do it, the way I get more followers. Now, in the food prep life, it has gotten big enough where the followers just come. Because my engagement is so high, the algorithm drives it right up into what's called the Explore tab. And if you go on Instagram, you'll see the Explore tab. And my stuff shows up. That's where all my people find my stuff. All they do is they open up their accounts, they press the little magnifying glass search bar up there, and my stuff appears regardless if they're interested in food prep or not. So, followers just come to me, and that is after months and months of creating attraction marketing. So, with your account, you're going to have to just chip away at it every single day. Use consistent 30 consistent hashtags under each picture, posting several times a day, 3 times a day at a minimum. Pick certain times. And you're putting value out there. You're putting value. Every single post is of value. And remember, there's 3 categories of value, right? Inform, inspire, and entertain. So all of your posts have to do that. So that's how you put all that out there, and the law of attraction, all these people come in. And that's how you gain followers. Now, you might need what I call the steroid shot. So the food prep life, I have to say I'm pretty blessed because followers come to me now. So at some point, when you start out an account, it is a good idea to find accounts that are very similar to your niche. and go into their followers and like and follow so many of their followers every day. So set yourself up a number. Like for instance, on my Evanescence page that I run, my fan page, I reach out to 50 people a day. And all I do is I go onto their account, the actual Evanescence official account. They have like 600,000 followers. And just go in there and follow 50 people a day. And, well, 10, 20 might follow me back. And over the course of time, it grows and grows and grows. And at some point, you're going to get so many followers, and as long as you're putting value out there, you're going to get so many followers that are attracted to you that at some point it's going to flip. And what I mean by flip is that you're going to stop having to work for your followers, and followers are going to start coming in. I can't explain to you exactly when the flip happens. I mean, I think that sort of thing is out of my control, out of everybody's control. I think that's just, there's a magic sweet spot where everything flips and now your engagement is high enough where it's appearing on the Explore tab and then on the top posts, the top 9 posts out of there. So once your account gets to that level of status, you'll no longer have to worry about it and you can just start drawing in followers. So that is how you can get more followers. And then more followers then turns into more post engagement. So it's just numbers. That's really all it is. All right, so thank you, Kathy Sabin for that one. Okay, hashtags. And hashtags is always seems to be very confusing for a lot of people. I don't know how best to do it without demonstration. I do have a YouTube video out. If you want the link, just message me or put underneath this video, Rob, give me the link, and I'll get it to you. And I'll show you exactly how it is. I find hashtags for my accounts. And all I can say about hashtags is use all 30 and find hashtags that are the closest to your niche as possible. So if you go to the Food Prep Life, you'll see all my hashtags have something to do with food prep, healthy living, just, every one of them. What I don't recommend is you use hashtags that when you search for them and you look up all the posts associated with them, that it is more than 1 million posts associated with that hashtag. No bueno. Don't do that because your picture will disappear so fast you won't even know what happened. You'll be like, oh no, my picture. And you may not sound like that, but right. And then another thing you could do is once the hashtags are out, I would play with them to see what works. Now, when you go look into hashtags, you would want to find, like for instance, you could find a niche and then you can narrow that down. So let's say you're into fitness. Well, if you look at fitness, it's like 32 billion posts. Like it's terrible. It's huge. Your stuff will be lost so fast, no one will ever see it. Unless you're like a complete awesome badass at Instagram and your stuff is in the top posts. Like there's so much crazy engagement, your algorithm is through the roof. And that's where it have to be in that many posts, right? In that popular of a hashtag. So you gotta narrow it down a little bit. So consider what it is your target customer is. Let's say if you are a fitness professional and you're promoting your fitness business and you are over the age of 30. So you might want to look up a hashtag that says fitness over 30. Okay? Fitness over 40 if you're that age. Fitness over 20. Yoga over 40. Meal prep over 40. Healthy living, soul healthy. And what happens is when you go into the search bar, you search up a hashtag, and what will happen is all these similar hashtags will be suggested to you on the top of the app, and you can look at those to see where the level of engagement is with each of those hashtags. And if you think that that hashtag has just enough engagement so that you can go and post and be exposed to a lot of people, like I said, the cap is about 1 million, but I don't suggest you go any lower than maybe 10,000, because if you go lower than 10,000, nobody's seeing it. Okay, great, the picture stays there, but nobody's seeing it. You're just like, what's the point of even posting, right? So in between 10,000 and 1 million, and then if it's powerful enough, stick with that one. If it's too much, get rid of it. If it's too less, get rid of it. But then again, take some time to play with it, because you put down a hashtag and you think it's going to perform well and it turns out it doesn't for some reason. So you might want to switch it out for a different hashtag. Okay, it's plain, but it's just a learning process is all it is. So you know, there's a lot of rewards in knowing what you're doing, and it takes time to learn what you're doing, but I promise you that the rewards over a long period of time, as long as you stay consistent, are very well worth it. I mean, my Food Prep Life page just hit 66,000 yesterday, and I started it back in August of 2016. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that account, needless to say. The other ones I'm working on every single day as well. I have 3 other ones that I'm working on. So, I'm doing one for my dad. I know he's not watching, but Ryan Glosson's watching. Good to see you, buddy. I got a Instagram account called True Hawaiian Beauty, and it's nothing but my dad's photography from when he goes to visit Hawaii every year. And I told my dad, I was like, Dad, you gotta sell these. These are awesome. And he doesn't know how because he's 70. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm almost 40 and I barely get social media, and I'm just like, right? You know, all the things I learn every day. So I thought I'd do my dad a solid and post his stuff on Instagram for him so that all these people could see. And I think I really nailed it down with that account a lot with the hashtags and the specific targeted niche audience, because like we went from 0 to 500 followers in 2 months, and that's big. I'd say that's pretty big. And so that pace to just keep going and going and going. So I think that using a lot of original, beautiful photography on Instagram really helps a lot, and my dad just nails it. So, and then I run my @RobertFinton. That's actually my Instagram business promotional account that I use. It's my personal branding account, and then my Evanescence fan page, in which I use to promote not the band, but the fans of the band. That's how I offer value there. Remember, everything that you post on social media, if you want to make money on it, has to have value. Everything. So all those anti-president rants that you want to post and all those pictures of your kids that you want to brag about, you might want to hold back on those a little bit and actually maybe keep those for another account that are very close to your friends and relatives, and use your account, your business account, to promote your business and stuff, so that people will be able to delineate between, well, is he a businessman or is he what is he? I don't get it. You know, you need to stay consistent all the time with a certain niche. So that is the answer in the long way to that question. So anyway, what else do we got here? What would post engagement be? I think Kathy answered that one. And then, how were hashtags before? I don't know. I mean, they've always been the same to me. I've been on Instagram for a while now, so I'm not sure. Anyway, those are the answers to the questions that were directly under my thread. So I think that with that said, unless anybody has any questions, and I see I only have really one person watching. Hello, Ryan. Good to see you. Other than that, I might just log off here in a second and, you know, move on to other things. So it is a beautiful day here in South Carolina. I don't know where you guys are at, so I know where you're at, Ryan. You're right down the street, so good enough. So anyway, well, what I'll do is I will go ahead and sign out for the evening, but I really appreciate you guys showing up and who watched me for a little bit, and hopefully I answered some of your questions. And one last thing, the 5-day Instagram challenge is coming up, where I challenge all of you to be consistent in posting in your Instagrams, and you will get a prize. And I'm going to send you for a prize this hammer. No, I'm not going to send you a hammer. I actually have the prize. It's downstairs. It's a hammer. No, that joke's old. But what I'll do is it's probably going to be one of those sweet self-help books by somebody that, I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's going to be a great prize though. But I'm really excited about starting another challenge. 5 days. I'm going to make it super easy. Post 3 times a day. I don't care what it is. It could be a picture of your dog. It could be a picture of, you know, the sky. It could be a picture of your next door neighbor as he mows the lawn in his Speedos. I don't care. Just post something on Instagram for 3 times a day. Stay consistent with it for 5 days, and you'll be eligible for a prize. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting that out there and seeing you guys win it. So, anyway, that's all I got for tonight. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic evening. I'm going to go enjoy the South Carolina sun a little bit longer before it sets and it gets really hot. So, have a great night. Thanks. Bye.